Hello, geometry students. Today, I'm going to talk about the special quadrilateral that is a kite. So make sure you are taking notes as you watch this video. A kite's a quadrilateral with exactly two distinct pairs of congruent consecutive sides. Consecutive means next to each other. It has no parallel sides. So as you look at this kite here, you have two sets of congruent sides next to each other. This one, this one, this one, and that one. When you have a kite, you have three properties that will occur. The first is that the diagonals are perpendicular. The next is that you have one pair of opposite angles that are congruent, non-vertex angles. So as you look at these angles, the ones that are between the congruent sides are the vertex angles. The non-vertex angles are congruent, opposite. And it has one diagonal that bisects opposite angles. So if you look at this diagonal from vertex to vertex, it bisects those angles. In other words, cuts them into congruent parts. Also, the diagonal between the non-vertex angle is bisected. So this piece is equal to this piece. So let's look at an example. Example 1. I want to find all the missing angles if I'm told just this one is 30 degrees. So in order to do that, you need to know the properties of a kite. Notice that the diagonals are perpendicular, so I'm going to mark them that way. Then if this is 30 degrees, these interior angles have to sum to 180. So 180 minus 30 minus 90 is 60. Also, the acute angles of a right triangle sum to 90. So if this is 30, this is 60. Now, looking at this triangle over here, it's congruent to that triangle over there. Not only that, we know that this diagonal bisects its angles. So this is 60. And if this is 60, 90 minus 60 is 30. That's my angle here. Further, I'm told that this angle is 50 degrees. So if this is 50, I know this is 40 because the acute angles of a right triangle sum to 90. This diagonal bisects this angle, so this is also 40 degrees. 90 minus 40 is 50. So now I have all the angles inside that kite. Here is example 2. In example 2, I'm given these two angles, 82 and 116. I know that these two angles across from each other, my non-vertex angles, are congruent. So angle 1 is 116 degrees. To find angle 2, I have to know that all of these four angles, since it's a quadrilateral, sum to 360. So I would subtract 116, subtract 82, get 46. Angle 2 is 46. Now, try number 3. I'll explain it after you give it a try. Press pause on your video, take a minute to try to do it, then press play, and I'll talk through it. Okay, exercise 3. I'm given that this angle here is 39 degrees. I know angle 1 plus this angle, since this is a right triangle, must sum to 90. So angle 1 should be 90 minus 39, or 51 degrees. That's what angle 1 is. To find angle 2, I first have to find this angle here, because I know it's congruent to angle 2. I know that this is a right triangle, so therefore this angle is going to be 90 minus 74, which is 16 degrees. So if this is 16 degrees, so then is this. The next thing I'd like you to do is to copy all of the properties that we talked about for a kite onto your word wall. Remember, you're going to be able to use this on the next assessment, so be careful, complete, and accurate as you copy. So pause your video and copy it down, and when you're ready to move on, press play again. Let's go over the fourth example. I have a kite, and I know angle 1 is 48 degrees. I'd like to know what other angles I know. I don't know anything about anything down here, but because this is a right triangle, I know that this angle and that one must sum to 90 degrees. So the measure of angle 8 is 90 minus 48. It gives me the 42. That's what angle 8 is. And since this diagonal bisects that angle, I know that this one, angle 7, is also 42 degrees. And since this is a right angle, I know that this angle, angle 6, is 90 minus 42, or 48 degrees. If I'm further told that the length of KS is 9, KS is here, KT I want to find. Well, remember that when you have that diagonal between non-vertex angles, it's cut in half by the other diagonal. So if this is 9, this is also 9, and the whole segment will be 9 plus 9, or 18. The next thing I'd like you to do is the assignment that I've posted on Schoology. Have a great day.